Hello and welcome to NBT News at 7:35. I'm Johnny Ventura.
And I'm Adrian Salazar, and we're here to bring you the latest news at the earliest time possible.
We just came back from a break that was a little too short. We had Joe Provenzano go around the school and ask how everybody's break was.
All right, guys, we are back from winter break, and what is your name, sir?
Sharif Wilson.
All right, Sharif, what did you receive this holidays?
Well, I got some basketball gear. Got a basketball, some new shoes. It's lit.
What's your favorite gift you got?
My favorite gift had to be my Canon camera that my dad got me. I really wanted a camera, and I got it, so.
I got a virtual reality, head thing.
How did your holidays go?
It went pretty well.
What'd you
Yeah. I went to my friend's birthday party. I went out to breakfast with the club I'm a part of, and I hung out with my family.
Did you do anything for New Year's?
New Year's, I stood with my family. I watched the ball drop.
Did any family come over for your holidays?
Just my grandmama.
And so I bet she's a wonderful lady.
Thank you, Joe, and I hope everyone else had a great break and a happy holidays as well. Our next story is on the recent referendum that was voted here at NBTHS just before winter break. It was whether or not North Brunswick should be able to build a school for 8th and 9th graders now. Gio Brown has more information on the story.
Can you give us a little background about the school that they're building, the referendum?
Right. They're building a new school. It'll be they'll renovate Linwood Middle School for 5th and 6th, and they'll build a new 7th and 8th grade school out off of the Renaissance area, which will provide them with a lot more fields and a lot more open area, and also provide a lot of facilities not only for the students in school, but also for our community. So there's multiple reasons why we need it, and I think economically it's a good thing to do.
What was your role in it?
Giovanni, I live in North Brunswick. I had 3 kids who graduated from North Brunswick, so I have a vested interest in it also because I'm an educator as well as a resident of the town and a taxpayer. So I did get involved. Of course, I was favoring this referendum because we definitely need it to help our students to have a better location.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. I'm Giovanni Brown, and this is Mr. Clark, and this is NBTH News.
Thank you, Gio. And those of you who didn't know, the referendum was passed. Our next story is on the winter concerts held for the elementary schools before the break. Sharif Wilson was able to interview some of the people involved with the great performance. Take it away, Sharif.
What do you think the turnout is going to be for the kids' show?
I think it's going to be great. We always have tons of kids from the elementary schools come, and they love it. We have, some of our, members, dressed up as, Christmas characters, like the Grinch or Elsa and Anna from Frozen, and, they roar, in the crowd. They love it. They get up and start dancing when we play. So I'm excited for it.
All the kids are always really excited, and I'm really excited, too. They all get up and join in, sing and dance, and it's always a really good time.
Do you think the kids' show was a success?
Absolutely.
All right. What's your favorite part about the show?
I think my favorite part is how excited the kids get. When you play music, a lot of times it's the reaction of the audience, and it just really feeds you and really feeds the students. So, the kids have a great time.
All right. How long has this been going on?
I have no idea. It's been going on a couple of years before I got here. So,
well, thank you for your time.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Sharif. The music sounded great. I wish I was able to see one of the performances. Our next story this morning is about the Alchemist Theater Company. They are putting on another show. Theater Review 2017 is right around the corner, and our very own Neha Ahmad was able to get a behind-the-scenes look at the upcoming show.
Hi, I'm Neha, and I'm here with Frankie Marone, the president of The Alchemist. What is Theater Review?
So Theater Review is a whole combination of all different skits from Broadway shows, Saturday Night Live, shows you've seen on TV, and we make up our own little scene to it.
That's pretty cool. So how long have you been doing Theater Review?
I've done Theater Review all 4 years of high school.
That's nice. So I heard you're going to be directing this year?
Yes, I am.
So how do you want your last year to be affected from Theater Review?
I want people to remember this Theater Review. I want people to after watching it, that it's something that they'll always remember, and it's like a show that they thought was really great and really awesome to watch. Just people leaving the theater and having a great time.
Make sure to come out on what day exactly?
January 13th and 14th.
Okay, make sure to come out that day to see Frankie and a bunch of other seniors on their last year for Theater Review.
Our next topic is about the temperatures in the school. In some parts of the building, you may feel like it's 1,000 degrees and start to break out a sweat. In other parts, you may feel like you're in the middle of the Ice Age. Anthony Arias was able to get special interviews with Mr. Clark and some of the students to elaborate on the different temperatures around the school.
How many layers do you have on, and are you feeling the cold?
I have 2 layers on and it's still pretty cold.
Yes, it is very freezing in this building. I was actually warned that I would see my breath in my own classroom, and it got so bad that we had to bring a mini heater in at one point, and yeah, it's pretty freezing.
And how some hallways are really warm. Could you just tell me why that is?
You know, with the large school that we have, as you know, we have 1,800 students, and we have 3 sections of our building. All our sections of our building have certain units. It's a very complex system. Is it perfect? No. A lot of times on the weekends, our system is shut down. So coming into the school a lot of times, especially during the winter season, it is probably a lot colder. So just like anything else, some of these units might go down during the course of the day or during the course of the night. And when it happens, we do need either students or our staff to alert Mrs. Knox that the system is down.
That's about all the time we have, so we're going to hand it over to you guys in the studio.
Our next story is about the service dogs that visited our school. Tomorrow's teachers had some very special guests that came to visit.
For students to understand the importance of therapy dogs, the use of therapy dogs, why we have therapy dogs in school. There's so many different types of therapy dogs. These students, they want to become teachers, and the popularity of therapy dogs is growing in schools, and one day they may have a therapy dog in their own class. So I think that experience alone is worth a lot for these students.
Well, we have a program where it's a mental health suicide prevention program, and we've talked to over, it's close to 50,000 kids so far, and it's across the country. We're based here in New Jersey. I love when I'm able to share my dogs. I mean, this is the most favorite thing that I'm able to do, is to share my training, you know, my dog training as well as my dogs with young people, and just to make them smile.
Our next story is about Raiders basketball team. Basketball season has officially begun and the team is ready to play. Maserati was able to get interviews with some of the basketball players.
Matt here, and another basketball season approaches. After a disappointing 5-16 season last year, the boys look to redeem themselves and come back strong. I was lucky enough to get some interviews with the varsity players this year. They're giving me thoughts on the season and what they're expecting.
Our expectations, we want to play together this year, have a better season than last year, play with intensity and energy, play together.
I feel like we won that championship last year, and we try and bring that to the varsity this year, so I'm just happy and excited. I'm not ever nervous.
Just playing basketball, man. That's all I love. Like, just coming after school, just knowing I can play basketball, games and all that.
But you just gotta set an example. Can't put our heads down no matter how the game's going, because they see us do that, then they're gonna start thinking that we're giving up, and we can't give up if we're the leaders of the team.
We'll finish out, have a good season. We'll do big things.
Yeah, give ourselves something to remember. We want to graduate and look back on this and have regrets. We just want to give it all we got.
So, as you guys can see, we're in for an exciting season. Stay tuned and make sure to come to all the games.
Thank you, Matt. Our last story is about a field trip the TV Production 2 and 3 classes took to the State Museum. While learning about the history of New Jersey, they also took a stop at the State House. Nikita Verma has more details on the trip.
We went to the State House and the State Museum here in New Jersey. It's pretty tight. It was kind of a last-minute trip.
How'd you like the trip?
It was all right. Like, it was pretty cold that day, but I mean, we were indoors most of the day. So that was pretty cool. It was mildly educational. I didn't even know that we had a museum out there. In the State House, politics doesn't really interest me, but being in the State House is kind of like, I don't know. There was just something about it that like kind of called to me. There were paintings everywhere of all of the governors. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
How did you like the experience?
I definitely liked the museum. To be honest, I really didn't know that it existed, but after we went, it was pretty cool. I really liked it.
What did you learn from the State House?
I learned a lot about the history of New Jersey. I learned about some of the technology that we had today, what it looked like back then.
Did you guys have fun?
Yeah, we did. There was this little play area at the State Museum for children, so a couple of us thought it was necessary to get our hands-on opinion, and it was definitely cool building all the things that we did.
Okay, sounds like fun. Thank you.
All right, back to you guys at the studio. Thank you.
Stay tuned for the next extended homeroom for another episode. If you have any stories you'd like to share, come stop by room 251 or email Mr. Swain. I'm Adrian Salazar.
And I'm Johnny Ventura, and this is 7:35 News in the Morning.